Hello, all, and thanks for tuning in to this real time flow transmission stream of consciousness. I posted a status up yesterday on my Facebook asking and inviting anyone who felt called to share a word that they felt they would like me to stream of consciousness on it. Let it flow, see what comes through. And it's interesting because I had gotten this idea and then it was confirmed with a conversation with my mom around like the ability to take something that may seem, mundane or so simple or just it's a couple of letters put together into a pattern to create a sound that forms a word that is understood by many as something in a universal definition, but is felt and perceived completely different by every person. So I thought it would be really fun to start a space of just kind of flowing and seeing what comes through with a specific word. And so offering what comes through my own channel and perspective and space, and curious to connect with all of you, because one of the things that I know is that those of you who are listening to this right now, no matter in what time frame, what year, what linear point along the timeline it is, you are in this with me together. Like we are connecting and weaving and bringing forward whatever this is together. And so with that, I invite you to really feel into not only what the words are, but really what the energy underlying it is for you and what comes through for you, if anything. And if there's nothing that resonates, beautiful. And if there is, beautiful. Like really take what lands for you and utilize it in the perfect way for you. And then that what doesn't, leave it. And just trust that discernment, trust that truth, and trust what is here for you. And that brings me to our word today. I got a few words yesterday on the post. And the one that struck me or had the most resonance to do was trust. This simple 5-letter word, trust. It's something that I think gets used often and can be very watered down in many respects. And also, trust is something that is different for every single person. And if you are hearing piano music in the background, it is because there is a piano lesson happening. So enjoy. It just felt right to do it during this time. So trust. I'm going to start this with, what is your relationship to trust in this moment right now? What does it mean for you? And what is necessary for that word to be in resonance? And as I was thinking about this word throughout today, what was coming up is trust is oftentimes paired with this feeling of safety, this feeling of I'm safe, I'm taken care of, I can be here and not feel like I need to be on defense or be on edge or awareness in a way that is in my survival instinct. And I think that oftentimes trust is in that connection is connected to a space where either trust was lost or wasn't there to begin with, or was learned that this is what trust is when actually it was a form of misuse, abuse, or just a lot of mixed signals. And I see this and observe this through the beauty of relationship with self, relationship with other meaning another person, something that is separate from you in a physical sense, but is interconnected with you on the all sense of the expressions and words. So trust, I think, is a very powerful practice. It's a powerful practice to trust, to in the unknown of what may happen, that there is this trust that it will unfold. And that brings forward also this word of faith. where it's the surrender, it's the sinking. Sink was another word that came in, so I love that that's coming in. This like sinking into that which may not be known yet, but there is a breath, a trust that what is revealed will be revealed in perfect time. What is here will be here and unfolding in perfect time. And with trust, and this comes up even this moment really strongly and boldly with relationship, and specifically to romantic partnership. But I think this looks across the board with any relationship, be it family, friendship, business, etc., even with self. This inability or unease, is that a word? It is now. They're all made up anyway, right? The unease of giving full trust with another or with others, because it is connected to a past or witnessed experience that landed in a certain way. So I'm going to let that land for just a moment. Thinking of, if, say, for example, you who are listening in this moment, hello, how are you? Is there in some area of your experience a space where trust is difficult, or trust doesn't feel easily attainable or here? I'm going to offer a perspective to potentially shift that dynamic if you so choose to. Is this uneasefulness with having trust because of the holding on or the imprint of something happening within life, or the witnessing of something in your experience here on earth that not interesting. I wanted to say took away, but not even took away, but shifted or shook up your perception of trust, or what you thought trust was. And just let yourself feel into that, and let whatever needs to come up, whether it's now or later or however, come through. Because that's something that I have found in my own experience, is that when I feel that I don't trust someone, oftentimes it's because it is reminding me of something that felt the same, where my trust was shifted, or it was a different perception. And sometimes it's that inner knowing of like, there's something that's not quite in resonance for me here, and it's not necessarily a resistance of my own. Well, maybe it is. It's so multi-layered, these things, you guys. But that thing of just like, again, getting very curious about when we feel a familiar feeling of like, oh, I don't trust this, or I do trust this. It's like, what is that? Where is it? And where, not only does it come from in its root, but what's the energy? Is there this space of, I'm not exactly trusting this, but I'm curious, like why? And I want to go deeper into it, knowing that I have the awareness that I'm open to witnessing. Or it's a trust that's like, this is a no, and I may not know exactly why, but I know that this is a no for me in this moment, so I'm going to trust that. So I think this brings this space into this invitation of like trusting our own inner selves, and really allowing the space of the ability to responsibility of really seeing it from this witness space, really seeing it and witnessing it, of like, okay, I'm having this experience. Why? Or I'm having this experience. Can I go deeper into it? Can I lean into, say, the discomfort or the curiosity of like what's here? And in that space, wrapping yourself or holding yourself in this I got you energy, this compassion, this like, I don't know what's here, but I'm willing to go on the journey with all the aspects of myself that are experiencing this and finding out. Does that make sense? So, trust. It's a simple thing that can be very complex with the multiple layers that are within that and the weaving. And, interesting. I just got a flash of an image of sound, if you get what I mean. Synesthesia over here. Trust. There's also trust of like money. Like there's a connection. I'm not exactly sure. So leave it in the comments. Because I'm going to go look it up after I complete this, like what a trust is, like a trust, a savings bond, things like that. That word is also connected in there. And it's with that, like, let's say using the example of money, it is a cyclical space. It is a what is given is received, what is received is given. And the trust that is an incredible intelligence that lives here. And this is with energy, this is with love, this is with everything, with experience, that everything weaves together in perfect alignment in the way that it is in the very moment of now. So this trust of self, this trust of, I know what trust is for me, like truth in this moment of now, and that is valid. And I think the play of what trust is for each of us as individual expressions and form, as human beings, is this ability to play like, do I trust that? Do I not? Do I want to see what's here? Do I not? Do I, like, how do I want to allow my perspective to be in flow today with standing in that trusting pillar within self? And we're always, I feel, expanding and learning more and more about ourselves in that way. And that is the beauty of the relating, like relationship of the world, of existence, is we get to play in those fields together. And the practice of listening, of presence, of witnessing, of sharing, of breathing, of the simplicity of the moment is, I think, what fuses into the trust and allowing ourselves time, like the space and the time to let what needs to unfold. So it's a really beautiful thing, trust. And trust is the faith, where it's like you don't know. We don't really know. Like, we know what we know. And it's the openness and the ability to be in a space, this is what I know, and I'm open to unknowing that because of more things that I learned of what I know that I didn't know before. Follow me? So being open to the experience of whatever is here now and standing beautifully and strongly, and even if it's in fear of what is your truth, of what is here now. And sometimes in the space of fear, like fear to stand in what it is that you know for you in this moment, but having this deep inner trust where it's just like, I'm scared as shit and I'm gonna do it anyway. Not allowing the fear to be the reason why it doesn't happen. It's that divine willpower, which this is a whole other stream and flow, but which we'll get to, I'm sure, at some point. So Trust. I want to leave you with this. Trust is the openness and availability to flow and play with what is here in this moment of now, while having the inner knowing that you cannot be unwavered or blown over off of your center of your inner truth. That both and all those things can exist, and in every moment you have a choice to choose, and whatever you choose will unfold for your greater understanding, evolvement, growth, and awareness. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I trust you to be and do exactly as it is that you need and you require and you feel called and pulled and inspired to. And I will tune in with you next time. Bye for now.